I'm also working with Professor Travis Cloyd and the D.R.E.A.M.S program at CalArts and FIU as an advisor, and it's an extraordinary program about location-based entertainment and the future of entertainment and where it's going. I'm just thoroughly thrilled to be working with what arguably is the point of the spear of that exciting new frontier with that caliber of talent. Hollywood is the epicenter of entertainment, but I think FIU and CalArts is really leading the charge on what the future of that kind of capture and immersive storytelling, be it for filmmaking or music or visual arts, is going to be, where you're actually in the work, around the work. It's a whole new way to experience art and education, for that matter, and I'm really thrilled by it. We're collaborating on a feature film presently, and it's really cool. While enjoying a very almost mid-century tactile approach to the visual arts, and I enjoyed digital art by all means. I have one foot firmly placed in this kind of messy, nostalgic expression, but the other is on a hoverboard, moving very fast into the future. And I think there are people who are a little panicked by how fast it's going in general, and we're midstream, and typically I think anything, we panic when we're halfway across that river. I just say kick hard for the other shore, and I'm really, I'm into the idea of what AI is going to bring. I think it's going to be a tool for actors. I don't think it's replacing anybody. I think it's a way with which we can, it's just another form of makeup and augmentation. The idea of augmenting a performance has been around since Commedia and the No Theater, or Lon Chaney with Frankenstein, with Phantom of the Opera makeup, So today I think the idea of tool sets that are somehow making some elements easier, it's just another form of design, and democratizing it is curious, because that's not a threat either. It's quality will always rise, and that's the key. What I'm really interested in is making sure that the new storytellers have as much access to the why as opposed to just the what or how. So these third generation kind of first person shooter gamers, and let's say younger artists who might not have the access, or had been as fortunate to have been introduced to the AFI 100 or classic cinema or TCM, or fine literature, have a means with which to use the tech to bring them to, let's say, maybe even if it's a condensed version of civics and ethics and humanities and good storytelling. I'm looking forward to simplifying that. That plug-in, I think, is going to be what's really going to be critical in the writing process as writing becomes prompting. It's a buggy whip moment. It's an inflection point. Lean in hard, but in doing so, I think we buy time, which should afford musing and philosophy and deeper thinking, as opposed to worrying about execution. I'm interested in that, the space that I think these advancements will provide the artist, and I'm hoping that by leaning in hard into the bleeding edge of tech, we actually buy the space to bring the foundational, functional form of storytelling that the ancient Greeks were operating with, which was what advances culture? What pushes us farther? How is this practical? What cautionary tales can we apply? That's the space that I'm excited by. Is not the fear of the new, but just what will the new provide in terms of the time and space to consider the best of the past in our expression.